G'day guys, Sam here. Just before this awesome friggin' video starts, I figured I'd just give you a bit of an update on what's been happening because it's been quite a while since my last upload. So yeah, I ended up going on that hunt into Seeker country with the NZDA, which was great fun. We saw a deer.
She's smelling. She's gonna get our wind.
Proceeded to miss that deer and didn't see anything else, and I actually managed to lose my GoPro as well on top of a hill and never found it again. So that set me back in terms of making videos and stuff, so I had to save up and get a new one, which I have. I've gotten this one. It's like a cheap kind of, I don't know, it's not actually a GoPro, but it seems to work just as well. I took it out last weekend, and you'll be seeing that footage in the next few minutes. But yeah, so that was happening. I've moved back to Wellington, so I haven't been doing too much hunting. I've been shooting rabbits. Missing rabbits.
Just went high. Just went high.
And yeah, that's basically all I've really been doing. So obviously it's the raw now. I went out a couple weekends ago. I took my mate Tara out for her first kind of hunting experience, which was actually quite cool. We heard a few roars. We saw a bit of sign, an old wallow, some scraping on a tree or some rubs on a tree, but apart from that, no animals were shot. I spooked a hind who basically ran up to me. Didn't have the GoPro going, but she basically turned and like went to run towards me. She was like 3 meters away. I could have almost fired from the hip, and she took off, and then her fawn went off after her. And it rained the whole time. We got soaked, but anyway, that's all history now, and I barely, I recorded it, but nothing exciting happened, so it's not going to be a video. But anyway, that is kind of the update now. Obviously, I've just come back from a raw hunt, which was bloody mean. I'm sure you've seen the thumbnails. That went pretty well. I'm going to be heading out next weekend, and then heaps for the rest of the month. I've got some good plans and ideas in the works, so look forward to that. But anyway, that's my little rant over. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Sweet as. G'day guys, Sam here. I'm in my car right now in Wellington, and I'm just about to drive off down the road to meet up with a couple guys from the Deer Stalkers, and we're heading into the Aorangis for the weekend to do some raw hunting. Yeah boy, I'm friggin' so excited. Yeah, so it's the 1st of April today, and yeah, so hopefully the hinds will be cycling and the stags will be roaring. I haven't hunted in the Aorangis before, so yeah, this is going to be a whole bunch of new experiences. Hopefully I can get a stag in semi-close. That would be awesome. I've only heard distant roars. I've never shot a stag, never freaking roared in a stag, so this is a good opportunity for a lot of firsts for me. So yeah, I don't know too much about the area, but yeah, I'm looking forward to learning everything I can. So without further ado, let's go find some roaring stags. Alrighty guys, well, we're at the car park, and we're just loading a bunch of stuff up on the quad, and we're going to carry what doesn't fit on the quad on our backs, and we're going to hoon up the creek. Apparently it's like an hour walk, and Richard's going to basically ferry all the gear up to the hut and drop it off, and then come back and grab us or grab the rest of the gear. I don't know what the plan is too much, but yeah, the weather's holding out on us. It's lightly drizzling. I think it's going to turn to shit though. Yeah, in a few hours, so hopefully we can get to the hut by then. But anyway, exciting. Okay, so we're at the hut. This is a cool hut. I've never actually been in one of these orange huts before, like the OG ones. So yeah, this is quite cool. So all our stuff's here. Other guys are just out there. So yeah, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. So I think the plan is just to chill here for a little bit and then go for a walk up the creek, go up a ridge. I don't know, there's a few ridges. I'm kind of giving away where we are right now. I'm going to block that. Yeah, there's a couple ridges and stuff that we might go up, just straight behind the hut. I don't know, honestly, people who hunt this area probably already know where we are, so... But anyway, and you can probably pause the video and figure it out. Doesn't matter. So, anyway, we're, yeah, just gonna chill here for a little bit, have some food, I guess, set up properly, and then, head off into the rain. Sweet as. Alrighty, well, we're all setting up. Got my bag there, all splitting up in different directions. I'm heading up a ridge, other guys are heading down and up the river, and yeah, we're going to go for an afternoon hunt. Not going to take the big camera because it's raining and I don't want to get it wet. It's going to be primo weather hopefully the next couple days, so I'm just going to have the GoPro that's sitting on top of my gun there. So yeah, we'll see what happens if I shoot something, and then I'll shoot something, but if I don't, then I'll probably see you back here at the hut tonight. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, I'm back at the hut before dark, so that can only really mean one thing. Oh bloody hell. Oh jeez, the lighting's terrible and the camera quality is going to be shite, but yeah, got a red hide. Absolutely freaking stoked. Oh, she's freaking huge. This is the biggest deer I've ever shot by far. Probably, actually, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, I'll tell the story back at the hut. I need to start cutting her up and start heading back to, yeah, back to camp. Yeah, I'm freaking soaked, but I'm soaked but stoked. Yep, I bloody got one. Freaking so stoked. Got a beautiful old hind. She was freaking huge, actually. Yeah, so I was just basically stalking up this ridge behind the hut, and yeah, it was pretty good. I was seeing quite a lot of sign. I found a bedding area, and yeah, it was basically cruising up and been a couple hours, and then finally I got to the spot where as soon as I was following a game trail, and as soon it opened up into this nice little, like, pretty open punga gut, and I was like, yep, okay, this is the place. And so I was going real slow, and then sure enough, down to my left down the hill I saw the arse of a deer. So the old heart rate started going up a bit, and she was behind like a big punga bush, so I had a bit of time, so I kind of, and she had no idea I was there, she was just mooching along. So I kind of went to the right a little bit, crouched down, was resting on my knees, got real comfortable, and I was just waiting for her to walk out from behind the punga bush. So I just sat there and basically waited for her to walk out behind the punga bush, and then eventually, yeah, so yeah, she took off initially. She didn't drop, but I saw her run off to the left. So yeah, I went up and had a look. There was no blood, which worried me for a second. But then eventually she'd only gone about 30 meters, and then yeah, I found her on the ground. And I think it was a heart shot. It was like perfect, basically perfect placement actually. So it explains why she ran a little bit. But yeah, so I spent about friggin' an hour or so cutting her up in the rain and getting friggin' soaked and covered in, you know, everything. And then kind of slipped and slided my way down to the hut, and now I'm back here. So I'm absolutely soaking, everything's soaking. It's still raining a little bit. I don't know why I decided to film it outside, but yeah, so I'm going to dry everything by the fire and have some dinner. Sweet. Alrighty guys, it's the next morning, and I've come quite far up the creek, probably about an hour and a half up the creek, and yeah, I'm about to head up this ridge behind me. So it looks pretty nice. It seems pretty flat and rolling at the start, and then it gets a bit steeper, so we'll have to see what happens there. But it's pretty funny, a deer's already been shot this morning. There was a group of us walking up the creek before we all split off, and we found this real nice grassy slip, and it was funny, I actually filmed it, and then right after I stopped filming, I saw the arse of a deer like sticking out at the edge. So it was all hush hush hush, and then Richard, one of the other guys to my right, he lined up and took the shot, and I thought I was recording on this, but I don't think I was. So it's a bit gutting and ironic that I filmed just when I didn't need to, and then when I should have been filming, I wasn't. But anyway, so they've gone up to get that deer. I think it was a big hind, like what I shot yesterday. So anyway, time to stop talking and start stalking. Alrighty.
I haven't heard any roaring this morning. I mean, I've been down in the creek basically the whole time, but still, like, I can just hear the creek, but yeah. Alrighty, we've got our first roars. It's right on the edge of my hearing, in that direction. Yeah, a helicopter kind of went by before, not right overhead, but you could hear it in the distance, and that might have started him up, because as soon as that left, I could start hearing him. Yeah, so that's awesome. This bellbird is interrupting me, but that's alright. Yes, that's awesome. I'm gonna have a little break here, have some food, and then see if I can I think it's gonna get real steep and shit here, so I might try and work my way up and around, because he's still freaking ages away. Yeah, I don't think he can hear my replies, so that's alright. He's still freaking ages away, so I'm gonna slowly start working my way towards him. But got a plan now. Got a plan. Sweet. So I've been basically crashing through all this crappy stuff to try and boost over to the stag, and I've come to this real nice gut. And as soon as I got here, I was like, okay, this is another one of those good places. So I slowed down, and basically I was literally thinking to myself, oh yeah, this would be a mean place to bush stalk if I wasn't like raw hunting and going for that stag over there. And as I thought that, I looked up in there and just saw the ass and leg of a hind trot away, because this catabatic wind, there's a breeze going straight up to it. I'm surprised I haven't been barked at. I'm thankful I haven't been barked at. But yeah, she wasn't boosting it. She was just, getting out of there basically, trying to sneak away. Yes, I caught a glimpse of that. Was cool to see a deer today. Well, another one. Awesome. Yeah, this will be a mint place. It's like open and sheltered, and yeah, it just ticks all the boxes. So I'm good. I'm starting to learn what's a good place for a deer, which is freaking awesome, because now I'm starting to learn where to go slow and where to kind of not worry about. Man, there's so many birds around. This is awesome, actually. Anyway, I'll keep contouring around to try to get on top of the stag. He's roaring semi-consistently, but he's still quite far away. So like I have to be standing still to hear him. So if I'm moving, I can't really hear him. So he's probably a couple gullies over, but we'll have to see.
Well, one of the benefits of having the hut to yourself is that you have all this room to debone your meat. So yeah, I've deboned the meat. I've got all the bones sitting up in there. James, one of the other guys here, wants to take the bones home to his dog, so I guess I'm just gonna leave him up there. And I've got all the meat sitting in this bag here. I'm gonna probably double, triple bag it and chuck it in the creek to keep it cool, because it's getting quite warm. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past few hours. I definitely need to work on my butchery. Oh, it's not too bad. I don't know. I mean, when it's hanging like this, it's definitely a lot easier. I wouldn't say there's too much meat wastage there. There's maybe a little bit there, but it can just be an extra treat for James's dogs, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not too bad. It's all going to be sausage meat anyway, basically. Maybe I'll keep the back steaks. But for the most part, I'll probably just get them made into sausages and patties, so it doesn't really faze me too much. But anyway, to the creek. Alrighty, so I think it's just gone 4:15. So the day's starting to get on, the shadows are starting to get a little bit longer, so it's time to head back into the bush. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I don't want to go too far, just because I'm lazy, so I'm actually going to go up. So the ridge I went up yesterday and shot that deer was basically straight behind the hut, but the ridge it's a pretty big ridge and actually has two spurs which kind of conjoin, and I was on the left hand side, so I'm going to go downstream a little bit and then go up that other spur and then basically be on the other side, so that place should all be pretty undisturbed. And I'm hoping it's going to be kind of the same sort of thing. I'll just walk along and see where the sign takes me, where the game trails go. Alrighty, well it's the next morning, and we're here at the spot where we shot the deer, where Richard shot the deer is just there. And here it is! Turns out it was a bloody stag. Yeah, 7-pointer. So probably about 3 years old, good representative head. I think that's the term you use for sub-trophy stags. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I thought it was a hind. That's why I was like getting Richard to shoot it. Also, I think it was about to go, but if I'd known it was a stag, I probably would have shot it myself. But I just saw its ass, I didn't realise it was, I thought it was a hind. But anyway, yeah, so Richard got another stag on the board. Friggin' mean. I got up early and went for a hunt along the creeks this morning. Basically spent a few hours walking up the river, looking at slips and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Didn't see anything, found a couple awesome slips though. And good places to camp, to kind of watch it in the first and last hours of light. So it's always good to know, good to explore. But yeah, anyway, we're just going to spend the morning cutting up this deer. We've just got the legs and stuff hanging up there, and I'm assuming those are the back stakes. So yeah, anyway, that's the plan for the day, and then we're going to basically pack up and go. James is headed off for a hunt, so fingers crossed he might bowl something over. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
And there's been the odd sequin here too.
Will I put this as the thumbnail of the video to clickbait people into thinking I shot the deer? Maybe. Alrighty, back at the hut, we've got the stag chilling in the cold grass over there before it goes off. Yeah, so nothing seen, we just chopped up the deer and walked out. So yeah, I think the plan now is, well, James went off for a hunt, so we have to wait for him to come back. But while we wait, I think we're just going to pack up all our stuff and yeah, finish our little adventure here. So yeah, we'll touch base in a little while. Alrighty, everything's just getting loaded up and we're about to head off. Well, Richard's about to head off and then we're going to just walk down the creek. That's fine. Yeah, so the plan now is just to head back to the truck. So I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, which hopefully shouldn't be too far away. Alrighty, see you later.